I give you $1 million right now, will you change your spouse? The answer is probably no. What does that tell you? With or without money, that part of your life is wealthy. Hello, wealthy Christian woman. Yes, wealthy Christian woman. You are the person I'm talking to. Today we are talking about how to define your wealthy life. You know, most of the times when the subject of wealth is mentioned, you know, for a lot of people, their minds immediately go to money, wealth, just wealth being associated only with money, affording expensive things. And you know, I am here to challenge that fact and to tell you that that is a very wrong way of defining wealth. Being wealthy is a multidimensional thing. There's not just one thing that makes somebody wealthy. Being healthy, for example, is being wealthy. You know, having a happy, thriving home, a nice, successful marriage is being wealthy. That's a dimension of your life. You know, your kids are successful, they're doing well. That is a part of your wealth. Being in a job that you love, a company that you love, a boss that you love, having a good working environment is a part of your wealthy life. So this illusion or this misconception that being wealthy only has to do with money is very false. We all know people that have all the money, and yet if I ask you, would you like to have your marriage, you're going to say, oh hell no, not me. Why? Because apparently that part of their life is dysfunctional, even though the part of the financial part of their lives might be wealthy, but the other dimensions might be falling apart. And so we see that there are so many different dimensions to the word wealthy. But now the problem is that many people do not even know what it means to be wealthy, because their definition of wealth is based on what so and so has, as opposed to them sitting down and really evaluating their lives and saying, what makes me happy? Do I just like to go out for a walk in the evening with my kids? Do I just like to sit by the water, by the beach in the evening and just stroll around the beach barefooted? That might be your definition of wealth. It might not be owning a big car or a big house. Your definition of wealth might just be being able to walk on the beach on sand barefooted. And for another person, their definition of wealth might be having expensive things. Other people, their wealthy life might just be having experiences, traveling the world, going to different places, experiencing different parts and different cultures of the world. That might be their wealthy life. For other people, a wealthy life is just raising godly kids, raising them in the fear of the Lord, serving the Lord in your local assembly, and doing so. There's so many dimensions to the wealthy life. And so to limit it to just finances, it's a terrible thing to do. And so I realize that a lot of women are already wealthy, but somehow they don't even know that they're wealthy because they've never really sat and asked themselves, what is my wealthy life like? What is my happy life? What makes me happy? You know, finding your purpose, finding your calling and walking in it, I feel is one of the most wealthy parts of your life, because you're passionate about what you do, you're happy to do it. And then you also having a wonderful relationship with God. Your spiritual life, for me, is also one of the most wealthy parts of your life. Having a thriving relationship with God, it's a wealthy part of your life. So I want to encourage you, Christian woman, sit down, take a piece of paper and write down what are the things that make you happy. What is your wealthy life? Because you might be shocked that you already have a wealthy life. If I ask you right now, if I give you $1 million right now, will you change your spouse? The answer is probably no. What does that tell you? With or without money, that part of your life is wealthy. If I ask you, will you want to change your kids just because you have $1 million now, what are you going to say? Probably no. My kids are obedient. They listen, they fear God, they find their purpose, they're successful, they're thriving, they're doing well. So regardless of having whatever amount of money you think you need to have to be wealthy, I just want to challenge that mentality and tell you that you are already wealthy right now, because there are so many dimensions of your life that you wouldn't want to change regardless of how much money you had. So if you were given 10 billion, so you're not going to change many things in your life. That tells you that you're already wealthy, and that has nothing to do with money. So sit down, figure out what makes you happy, write them down. I'm sure there are a few things that you would like to do which you're not able to do right now, but then you can be able to narrow down and see, okay, these are the dimensions of my life that I need to work on. But for the most part, many people are already wealthy, but they don't know because they're busy thinking that they need to have what A has, they need to have what B have to be able to be wealthy. But that's not the definition of wealth. Just having a peaceful home to come home to is a wealthy life. So thank you all for coming to this very first episode of this channel. If you found any value in what we have talked about today, I want to give you a call to action. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share with anybody that you know that is struggling. Maybe they don't know they're wealthy. They're striving to get stuff, to get things, and they don't know that they're already wealthy. Thank you for joining me today. God bless you. I love you, and Jesus is Lord. See you in the very next episode.